Hi, this is Ian with Sun Tribe Trading. Here's a brief introduction to SRECs. So when you get solar on your house, there are three types of credits or incentives that you can cash in on. The first and the most basic is the energy that's credited on your utility bill because you net meter extra energy or excess energy back to the grid, and also the lower costs of your energy bill because you're consuming some of the solar energy your system's making. That's the first. The second is IRS tax credits for the capital expenditure of having purchased your system. The third are SRECs. SRECs and the incentive payments that you get for the SRECs do not compete or take away from the first two categories, and that's important to note. Some basics here. SRECs are not the same as carbon offsets. If you sign up for SRECs, you do not lose any other incentives or credits. Most people are worried about that, so you shouldn't be. And the third is that you're not automatically registered for SRECs. You have to proactively take a step to sign up. Sometimes your installers will get you part of the way there, but ultimately you as the system owner need to take action to get signed up for SRECs. And you have a choice of which aggregator or company that you work with to get that set up. SRECs are not energy. So therefore selling SRECs is not the same as selling your energy. A renewable energy certificate represents the renewableness or the attribute of renewableness that is associated with 1 megawatt hour of energy having been generated by your system. So let's say you have a 10 kilowatt system and it operates at full capacity for 2 hours. Well, great, that's 20 kilowatt hours of energy. However, that's not enough to make an SREC because an SREC is 1,000 kilowatt hours or 1 megawatt hour. But if your system keeps cranking away, you're eventually going to make enough energy to convert that into an SREC. Now, SRECs are separate from the energy that your system makes. Again, they're a separate value stream from the energy that you're making. Now, thinking about the grid more broadly, SRECs are important because they help grid operators and buyers and sellers of energy track where the energy is coming from and what type of energy it is. And so in the grid, in this example, if you have a non-renewable source that's producing energy, it may not have any RECs associated with it, but you might have a renewable generator that is producing energy, and therefore the SRECs would be sometimes bundled with it, especially from a utility scale generator. Now, smaller scale generators, such as residential generators, typically the energy and the SRECs are not bundled together. They're dissociated. And that's an important concept because that means that you, as a residential system owner, can independently sell your SRECs from the energy that you're making. Now, SRECs are very important because they're used to substantiate compliance toward renewable goals. So, for example, if you live in a state like Maryland or Virginia or the District of Columbia that has renewable portfolio standards, there's a goal in place for that state to procure more and more of its energy from a renewable source. SRECs are very important because that if the utilities collect those SRECs or procure them, they can then retire them and officially count that energy towards a renewable goal. Now think of your SRECs as a separate value stream from selling your energy back to the grid. So when you sell energy back to the grid, it's kind of plain and undifferentiated. Even though the utility may know that you have solar on your house, they're not giving you a premium because the energy that you're selling back is renewable. That's why you have to sign up independently and mint and transact these SRECs to get that value stream. It's totally separate from selling your energy. Now, aggregators are an important part of this market because bulk buyers, like a utility company, don't work with individual solar system owners to buy RECs 3 and 4 and 5 at a time. The bulk buyer needs to buy thousands of RECs at a time, and they rely on aggregators to do the tedious work of working with each system owner to get your system set up, get the reporting set up, and the SRECs minting and flowing, and also to do the bulk transactions. The aggregators negotiate with the bulk buyers the market prices, and you get the benefits of that bulk buying and bulk selling action that the aggregators do. Now, aggregators often buy SRECs from system owners in several ways. The most common and basic is that as the system makes SRECs or mints the SRECs, the aggregator then sells the inventorized SRECs at market or spot market prices. Every so often, maybe it might be every month or every couple months, as the SREC aggregator has the opportunity to transact those SRECs. Now, As a system owner, you might want some more price stability. So aggregators like SunTribe Trading offer 3 and 5 year annuity plans where you can lock in the price, and every SREC that you generate is transacted at that pre-agreed price. And also some aggregators purchase large durations of SRECs into the future in upfront contracts. That is one way to get a lump sum of money to pay off your system. Usually you'll take a little bit of a price reduction per rec on an upfront deal, but for some people, that's the smartest option. Now, how long does it take to get paid? Well, it takes about 4 to 10 weeks, and in some situations it can take longer if we have registration difficulties, but generally, once you sign up, we'll gather some details about your system and immediately register you with the state and the regional tracking system. That's PJM GATS. That can take several weeks. Once you're approved, both state and GATS, then we can submit your system's energy readings to the SREC tracking platform. That takes a week, and that submission of energy happens the beginning of each month. Once the tracking system has your energy and you've accrued enough energy, 1,000 kilowatt hours or 1 megawatt hour to make an SREC, those SRECs are minted and they're downloaded to your account. And that's when we, the aggregator, will be able to sell or transact that rec and thereby send you the money and get that money deposited into your account. It takes about 4 to 10 weeks. And again, sometimes the first payment can take a little bit longer. Depending on your plan, you might be getting payments monthly or bi-monthly or quarterly and possibly yearly, depending on what plan you're on. With SunTribe Trading, you have a big benefit on a monthly basis because you don't have to submit your energy by hand. We have full energy automation with all the major inverter platforms: Enphase Enlighten, Solar Edge, Fronius SolarWeb, and SMA Sunny Portal. And if you're on another system and have a revenue grade meter like AP Systems or Generac or SunPower or a Tesla system, we will gather your energy for you so you don't have to log in every month and submit it and check it. When we get your energy, we make sure that it has a complete month and we're not submitting a partial month. We do a lot of things to make sure that the energy that your system is making is with expectation. It's also a separate set of eyes on the production characteristics of your system. If your system is not performing well, we'll let you know. Sometimes installers don't have the time to do that, but as your SREC aggregator, it's in our interest to make sure that you're submitting as much energy as we can and your system's performing well. So that's it. That's SRECs 101, but there's a lot more to know about SRECs, and you may be interested to ask more questions. And we love curious customers who want to know more about this, more about the markets, and more about the whole process. So that's great. Just email us, srec@suntribetrading.com, or feel free to give us a call, 434-216-2090. We are happy to help and to explain things. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you sign up with us.